Crazy records will blow your brain. Found bullish signals on cue ball. Also walk on the moon. Carry news from the creators of Terra. Twitter write that from somewhere they take short money for the start of the TELE2 moon, which served as a kind of capital for emergency distribution in the last moon, and prepare a shorter construction takeoff site for DR. And 20 other news. We will return now. The most interesting thing that I found in Bitcoin itself, and comparing it with Apple shares, which used to be something incredibly new, incomprehensible. Not tested where it was dangerous to enter too. Quite shares were too manipulative, but still this is one from the top stocks at that time, like now, for example, Bitcoin found irregularity in the fact that Apple stocks fell by 81% in 2000. This is just in principle a crisis time, and also take the crisis time of 18 when the cue ball turned around. There is also an 84% discount, the largest at that time at the time of the crisis, and they are basically identical to the engine. And then what else seems to have found? I am now on the Apple here. I found that there was also a crisis of 2008. Again, the price is unfolding before that. There was a good growth. Everything is positive. Everything grew. It means very high of the previous levels. Then the price turns out to pump zero and down during some incomprehensible crisis changes, and did not understand how to store money for us, as it is now on the ball. So here very high. The trend line is growing all right, and also this drawdown of 61%. I assume that despite this, the situation may turn around, that everyone will hope for some sort of holding there in a year and a half, and so on, and it will be good. If most people believe that the holding there will be there after some time, and we will quickly shake out everyone, as a similar picture happened on the Apple here. They literally shook it out, and the introduction of such growth had already begun. They understood that it could be preserved here. Then it was understood that it was preserved. I went here, and could no longer enter at the same price. I had to buy it high off, and now, by numbers, comparing cue ball with Apple. It means it gave 65 false. This is the moment of crisis that is now happening on Bitcoin. It gave 65x in 10 years. Cue ball is me. He calculated it can give less. That is, it's 34 10 years, but this is based on Apple. I think that it's also impossible to print Apple shares, so it's also a limited number, like for Bitcoin. So the growth will be something like this. I see it like this here means for this fractal in 10 years, which before that was x, which means 23x for 10 years, shows the 17th year to the present day at high off 23. So here for more somewhere from these drawdowns on Apple. It turned out 31x. Firstly, there is anyway in the window reflect. You walk first. I want first. It knows Apple has something to hold it, since Bitcoin has something to hide in your pocket, like put a flash drive, and billions of dollars can be stored there. Everyone has their own shortcomings, assets and features, as we can see from the schedule, and it was possible to save your capital in a shorter time. This one understood that he ate, and on the basis of the tool that he also has a very big plus. This is that you can save, and no one will even know that you have such money to your in my pocket. This is from the positive outcomes that I see. It doesn't mean that it's not so. It might really be holding. Maybe the price will drop a little to $20,000. This is a negative feature, but most likely this is unlikely to happen. Even if it happens, let it be. That is, if most of the time believe we will fly, never believe we will go down even lower. The police are still investigating, because the semi-waste did something. In short, Bitcoin holdings suffered. It turns out participated according to an estimate 280,000 people invested in this cryptocurrency. Yes, the clone squandered some Bitcoin of the holding company, and it turns out 40 billion in total in one coin of tourists, and in loonies as a whole. The total of $40 billion simply says T-mouths, where they understand which pockets are also incomprehensible. South Korea does not stop. She will look for the guilty, look for money. Why they didn't share with them, avoided on purchases. The floor no era. I haven't had time to buy as the price flew up, but this, as always, the rating starts to rise. Means coin's 2017 market capitalization ran $435 million. I think that this is also not a very large amount, and according to the calculator, investing means small amounts for the future. In order to grab 200,000 watches and make $1 million, even thousands of x $500,000 will also be generally in the scale. Now I'm doing turns out to be the most risky topics. This channel, in principle, is set up only for risk, and you can also scroll through to see what I have on the channel. And something like some coin that you like, that inside responds that you are interested in. You can't just invest it purely like a store. Just go coffee to drink buns, and all because invested. I should start small from the very beginning to your budget. It doesn't matter if you have $5, you have $100, you have $1,000. You should treat your budget as your direct capital. And treat it already, then you have at least $1 million in your account. Here is $10.50, and you are separated from $10 to $1 million in the crypto space. This is real in principle. But you also need to work more out of your head with thinking to focus on zeros to clean up the environment in which you are in order to stay on other vibrations of the body and life and attitude to life, not with from the position of the victim and from the position of the owner, and also on this path, you have to decide who you will be, a victim of circumstances or the master of the situation. Also, do not forget about the distribution of a very important and initial method of all non-seeds and harvesting shortly means buy coins that ask for shooting ranges low-key and short removed construction market. The trap is such a short switch to another contract. This is also such a song. The country does not want to watch it all. I won't take the elevator with energy somehow weekly. And around him during this time few people somehow gave Kandi a reward for booking their travel tweets. All tours investors fly in rewards give out and do it turns out posts on Twitter and not quite like it's like all the same. Investors are sitting there, they are travelers and they throw their exactly beautiful places that you can travel and not really like their 6 Nafam Towers marketplace waiting for a shorter fat discount. Now there are already 60% as it were, but waiting somewhere 90 80 90 82, so I would like to wait for the discount, will not be I. Don't know, maybe I. LL skip it if I don't like that the team is open and shows the results transparently. They have a direct ambassador, a family, who are engaged in attracting and promoting their brands directly as a family. They are shorter there, so there is something interesting with this. Therefore transparency showed how they work filming a contract on video principle. Such a good openness, good level. No UF, there is no contract, only on the stock exchange. I can't check how it would be UF, therefore I write his pictures and well, I don't go on the air. Spookishbo, it's interesting. I just turned it on here somewhere, normally it's here in this area, melted shorter, flew away, and apparently a person knows how to manage. Well, the founder bombed it here. Well, normally, I think the amount of money was attracted for a long time. I haven't checked with $1 yet how I'll check it, but I'll immediately send the result to the Telegram channel with $1. I checked it myself, I've bought it. It's insignificant there, my husband. $5 will suddenly spill. We know it will be possible to get it. There is also a platform in Fix the Comments I have, in which I have now flown. The team is slowly configuring it, connects rubs against the founders. 2. You can go look to see yours, not yours responds, does not respond, because that it is really possible to put together such a huge portfolio there, because we enter, as it were, at the stage of sitting down after the funds. And yes, you understand the debt, therefore, the potential for great hope is great. Let's see how I also attribute this investment, of course, to a risky portfolio, after all, with a matrix obtained in the platform 2 to the creators, and then, of course, you start to turn on the gas. So my task is to show your task to decide whether it suits you or not. So thanks for the likes, thanks for the dislike. If there are any questions, write a comment under the video, and thank you for subscribing until we meet again.